From the show possibly overstaying its welcome to the Johnny and Daniel rivalry becoming old news, the real reason Cobra Kai is ending has been right there all along. So why is the iconic show wrapping up with Season 6? The end is near for Cobra Kai. The popular Karate Kid Legacy sequel show on Netflix is hanging up its gloves after its 6th season. And as bad as this news is, let's be honest, it's probably for the best. We've all seen reboots and sequels that have overstayed their welcome, but not Cobra Kai. Oh no. This show knows how to balance nostalgia with new storylines and keep fans begging for more. Season 5 was a perfect example of this balance. Terry Silver's Cobra Kai expansion plans had us on the edge of our seats. And the crossovers? Unexpected and totally awesome. We never thought we'd see the day when Johnny and Daniel put their differences aside and teamed up, but here we are. It's almost like a Karate Kid fanfic come to life. Now, some of you may be thinking, why end it now? Well, it's mostly because Season 5 wrapped up most of the show's storylines. The never-ending rivalries are finally settled. Johnny and Daniel are no longer enemies. And even the young characters have found common ground. Miguel and Robbie are practically brothers now, and Sam and Tori have mostly worked out their issues. Plus, the show is building up to a global karate tournament, which is the perfect way to end things. Another reason why Season 6 is the best time to end things is because it'll actually have a planned ending. Not all TV shows are meant to last forever. That's why the decision to end Cobra Kai after 6 seasons is a perfect call. Sure, it's sad to see it go, but at least it won't risk getting stale or boring. Plus, who wants to see Daniel and Johnny make up and then break up again for the 100th time? By having a planned finale, the Cobra Kai showrunners can give us the epic final season we all deserve. Cobra Kai Season 5 was off the chain with Terry Silver's crazy plans and some unexpected crossovers, so it was probably a surprise to some fans that Cobra Kai Season 6 is coming to an end. But trust us, it makes perfect sense. After all, how many more tournaments and sensei fights can we take before it starts to feel repetitive? By ending Season 6, the showrunners can go all out and have the biggest and baddest season ever. And let's not forget the Sekai Takai tournament is finally happening. Who knows where this tournament will take place, but one thing's for sure, it won't be in sunny Los Angeles. With the new setting, we might even get some new characters to root for or against. I can't think of a more fitting way to end the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai universes than with another karate tournament. But that's not the only way the show could end. Kreese could be redeemed. In Season 5 of Cobra Kai, Kreese completely ghosts Tori, leaving her out to dry when she needs his guidance the most. But before we write him off as a total jerk, let's consider this. What if he did it to protect her? Think about it. Kreese had plans to escape prison, and he knew that dragging Tori into his criminal mess would be unfair to her. By pushing her away, he was actually looking out for her. Who knew Kreese had a soft side? If this theory proves to be true in Season 6, it could mean big things for Kreese's character arc. It would show that he truly cares for Tori and has her best interest in mind. Plus, it could be the catalyst for a complete flip in his Cobra Kai script. Redemption is a consistent theme in Cobra Kai, and nearly every character has gone through a significant change for the better in the show's 5 seasons. So it would make sense for Kreese to get his own redemption arc in Season 6. He's already shown potential for change in Seasons 3 and 4, so why not take it one step further? Sure, some of Kreese's past actions have permanently damaged his relationships with Lawrence and LaRusso, and he may never be able to clear his criminal record, but if Tori helps him find peace and hope for redemption, it could ultimately benefit the show's storyline and end on a positive note. And let's be real, Kreese could use a little redemption. He's been a bit of a thorn in everyone's side since Karate Kid 2. Speaking of villains being redeemed, Terry Silver might come back for the finale. The guy got crane kicked in the face by Daniel LaRusso in the Season 5 finale of Cobra Kai, and it was glorious. But let's not forget that incarceration doesn't necessarily mean the end of a villain's story arc. Silver is still mega rich and is invested heavily in Cobra Kai's future. even though he's currently behind bars. So if Johnny or Kreese want to regain ownership of the dojo, they're going to have to deal with Silver somehow. And let's face it, the dude is a tough nut to crack. Despite being a total villain, there's a chance that Silver could have a moment of redemption in Cobra Kai Season 6. I know, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. This show is all about second chances and redemption arcs, so who's to say that Silver can't have one too? On the other hand, bringing him back into the fold could feel a little like Cobra Kai is backtracking on itself. I mean, the guy got his butt handed to him in that fight with Daniel. It's hard to come back from that kind of defeat. So, what will happen? Will Silver stay in prison, or will he make a comeback in Season 6? The possibilities are endless. While fans probably don't want to see Silver being redeemed, we would love to see Tori and Sam might make up. Tori Nichols, aka Queen Cobra, has been a wild card since her debut in Cobra Kai Season 2. Her brutal karate skills and relationship with Miguel made her a natural rival for Sam LaRusso, and the two of them got into some intense fights that left everyone's head spinning. At the end of Season 2, they found themselves at the center of a massive karate brawl that left the entire school in shambles. Since then, Tori has shown a different side of herself. She's had to overcome a lot of struggles in her life, and it's made her incredibly resilient. She's been working with Kreese to take down Silver, which is no small feat. And she's even managed to patch things up with Sam, sort of. They're both dating each other's ex-boyfriends, so there's still definitely some awkwardness there. But at least they're not trying to murder each other anymore. It's hard to say where Tori's story will go from here. She's proven herself to be a fighter, but she's also shown a softer side. But one thing's for sure, Johnny will probably take over Cobra Kai once again. The Cobra Kai dojo has seen more ownership changes than a hot potato game. Johnny Lawrence was the original sensei when he reopened the dojo. But then John Kreese muscled in and stole it from him. And if that wasn't bad enough, Kreese brought Terry Silver on board, who turned out to be an even bigger jerk and took over the whole shebang. Luckily, Silver's going to jail for his crimes, leaving the future of the Cobra Kai dojo in a bit of a limbo. Meanwhile, Johnny is running the Eagle Fang Karate Dojo, which doesn't really have the same ring to it, but has been doing pretty well considering they don't have an actual dojo. It's unclear whether Johnny will want to go back to Cobra Kai, especially given all the bad memories associated with it. And let's not forget that Kreese has escaped from prison, which could cause even more chaos for the dojo's future. Will Kreese want to reclaim his former glory? Can he even do that with a criminal record? With so many unanswered questions, it's impossible to predict what will happen to the Cobra Kai dojo. But one thing's for sure, the show is called Cobra Kai, so the dojo is bound to play a big role in the final season. The only question is, whose name will be on the lease? While we don't have the answer to that just yet, we know one thing: Johnny and Daniel have to have their last fight. The rival between Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso has been going on since the 80s. You'd think by now they'd get tired of fighting each other, but nope. It's like they're stuck in some kind of weird time loop, where the only thing they can do is beat the crap out of each other. But hold on to your headbands, because something crazy happened in Cobra Kai Season 5. These two arch nemesis actually found some common ground and became friends. I mean, who would have thought that was possible, right? It's like the world is turned upside down. But even though they're friends now, the big question still remains: who's the better fighter? Since their epic showdown in The Karate Kid, every time they faced off in Cobra Kai, it's been a tie. They either had to be separated by force, or they knocked each other out at the same time. So, what's next? Well, it looks like Cobra Kai Season 6 is going to settle this once and for all. Johnny versus Daniel. Winner takes all. So from Johnny and Daniel's constant fights getting a bit repetitive to the show's 5-decade storyline potentially getting stale, this was the real reason Cobra Kai is ending at Season 6.